It's a Liberty Square and Frontierland adventure at the Magic Kingdom. Hey everyone, it's Herb from Roll the Walt, and welcome to a live broadcast from the Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando, Florida. There was a very low wait time for Tiana's Bayou adventure, so I decided I would give it a try. The wait was posted as 10 minutes, and I'm not sure it even took that long. Mike, hello to you. Welcome to the Magic Kingdom. Looks like I'm going to sit in the back of the log flume here, so hopefully it won't get too wet. Mark, hello to you from Wesley Chapel. Had a little bit of a technical glitch starting up. I was going to try to broadcast live to both Facebook and YouTube, and it just wasn't cooperating. So we're back to the old reliable, semi-reliable Facebook. People are smiling and not soaked, so that's all good.
Hopefully the people in our row aren't too loud.
Alright, and we're in and we're ready to go on an adventure. I'll be quiet so that you and others around here can hear what's going on.
Look at all these beautiful faces. Let's join loose up ahead and find some musicians for our party. We're going to the Bayou.
Dancing Okra, I think.
Anyone down here who can blow a horn and jam? Hello?
y'all to play at my party tonight. They sure can play, but we've got to keep searching high and low.
How long can I go?
I'm asking all of them. These tiny musicians you found really bring the heat.
Choo-choo says, I'm not if you like the side, but it might look pretty to tag along too.
I got a little sprayed on there. Try to wipe off the lens. All right. Not too bad.
Beignets of a guest.
So that was fun. Someone asked if I got wet or if I got sprayed. It was more sprayed. I did not get soaked. And I'm thankful for that. Tried to wipe off the lens a little bit, the gimbal. Got a little bit of moisture on it, but so far it hasn't conked out, so that's on the good side. I just couldn't pass up the opportunity to go on Tiana's Bayou Adventure when it only had a 10-minute standby wait. And even that, I don't think I waited 10 minutes. Pretty much, how long does it take to walk through the queue? So my intent today was to start off at Liberty Bell, but I thought 10-minute wait for Tiana's Bayou Adventure may not hold on, so let's take advantage of that, and then we'll head over to Liberty Bell and see if we can get in one last ride before it goes to Yesterland. The tricky thing about the Liberty Bell is it's quite a long attraction, so if we're not hitting it where a boat has just come in and is waiting to take off, then, well, may have to just come back. I also do have a lightning lane reservation for the Haunted Mansion, so that's another option also. So we'll see. And we'll see plenty of options today. Someone mentioned a potential twofer today. I think it's likely to happen. Judy says, look at Orlando's weather. It's going to be hotter in New Jersey than it is in Orlando. That is crazy. I've heard that the Northeast has really been getting pounded by the heat. Today it's 80 right now, on the way up to 87, which honestly, for July 4th, we should be in the mid-90s or upper 90s. We did have quite a bit of rain yesterday, so that may have helped us. Fireworks did go off as planned at both Epcot and at the Magic Kingdom yesterday for Independence Day. I was not there in person, but was happy to see that happen because I know a lot of people look forward to that very much. Blake, thank you for being here. You are very welcome. I appreciate you spending some of your Saturday with me. Really happy to have the opportunity to share with you Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Janet asked if it's time for a shameless plug. Janet, I love the very intelligent and insightful question. And I think the answer is usually, yes. The answer is yes. So, you win the award of my undying appreciation. If you'd like to get a little bit of Disney fun delivered to your home every single month, check out PrintedMonthClub.com. Thanks to all of you who are club members. It's a great way to encourage me and support World of Walt, so thank you. Iona, I saw that you were on the video. It was great to see you last weekend at Animal Kingdom. Thank you for taking a bit of time out of your visit to say hello. Really appreciate that. Shelley, going to be 96 in Indiana. Wow, a scorcher. Sabrina, hello to you. Dickie from hot Columbus, Ohio. It's interesting to hear what the temperatures are, and it's kind of amazing in July when temperatures in places like Indiana or New Jersey are much warmer than the temperatures here in Central Florida and Orlando. Mary Martin says, looks like a nice day after all that rain. Yes, it's actually a very pleasant day. I mean, it's a little warm and it's a little humid, but 8 degrees in July, can't beat it with a stick. Bob jumped on a ride, didn't have to go through security. I do all that hard work so that you don't have to. All right, so to me, I can hear the Liberty Bell whistle, and it looks like it's probably coming into the dock right now because I could see the steam rising from the smokestacks beyond Tom Sawyer Island. So let's see if we can make it over there and onto the ship for this run. Julie, good morning to you. Thank you for being here. It's nice to see you. Donna, welcome to the live broadcast. Thanks, as always, to all of you for your likes and shares. Thank you for the hearts and the thumbs up. All appreciated. All help to keep the broadcast out there for other folks, and it's a great encouragement to me. Beverly, 85 degrees in Biloxi. Krista, hello to you in Summerfield, Florida. I don't know where Summerfield is. It sounds like a very nice place, but I don't think I've ever heard of it before. Thanks for being here. Elmer shared the stroll. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And look what we have here. We have the Liberty Bell coming into the dock. At least I think that's what's happening. Unless it's just leaving the dock. It's actually past the dock, so I guess maybe it's, I don't know. It's hard to see from this angle. Maybe it's docking right now. We're going to say it's docking right now. We're going to try it. For a moment I thought, maybe we missed it, but I think we're okay. We're going to see if we can take on the Liberty Bell for a final farewell before this area goes into construction zone for the new Cars Land. Ooh, I like that guy's Potato Land shirt. That's fun. All right, beautiful view. I know Walt Disney himself said that the parks will never be complete, always be changing, become more beautiful year after year. But I will miss the Liberty Bell. It's something I do go on occasionally, and that's not a must-do for every trip. But it is relaxing. It's a great view of the park. I love the water. So glad to have one last chance to experience it. Marion, hello to you. Terry, good morning. So finally a morning she can watch. Or he, sorry, with an I, I'm guessing it's a she, but I'm sorry, Terry, if I messed you up there. Judy is shedding a tear for the Liberty Bell. Carla asks if I will be your ghost host. Absolutely. That's what I live for. That's what I do. To borrow a line from a Disney movie, if anyone knows what that one is. All right, well, I would call this timing pretty darn good. Paula, hello to you. David asked, wasn't the Liberty Bell one of Walt Disney's pet projects? That's a good question. It's possible. I have not heard that myself, but I would say it's possible. Certainly has that sort of Western feel, that Disney and sort of looking back 100 years from his time, I feel that he seems to have enjoyed very much. Terry says, hate to see it go. So a very nice person sent me a little trick, well, not a trick, a little gift rather, which is this umbrella you can clip onto your phone to help keep the sun off and keep the temperatures down. So especially in the summertime, I do run into situations where the Florida sun beating down on the phone makes it so hot that it just wants to give up. So it's kind of like a little sunscreen for my phone. So I am looking forward to trying it out. Didn't want to do it on Tiana's Bayou adventure, but I maybe could have held it over my head to stay a little bit drier. Adam, hello to you. Marcia says, breaks her heart. This beautiful area is going to be gone. Even though it is warmer, we're going to go up to the top so we can get the full view of everything that the Liberty Bell has to offer. We'll wander around the deck some. You can see we still have people boarding the ship. Keith says also keeps the mist from Tiana's off the phone. That is possible, although I'm kind of afraid my little umbrella might have floated away. Tim Peterson, it is great to see you. Thanks for being here. This looks like the umbrella is giving my gimbal a minor case of the shakes. We'll see. Making the gimbal work out. Gary said, the Liberty Bell, we knew you well. Farewell, farewell. That's very poetic. Robert says, Disney should turn the Liberty Bell into a restaurant. And I hope that they are considering their options for the ship. It is beautiful. I'm sure that it was designed for this waterway. And, there are probably limitations on what they can do, but I do know that this ship is going to be able to make it out to the Bay Lake and Seven Seas Lagoon area. So maybe it could find its way over to Frontierland for transporting guests back and forth. I'm not sure. I do know that this ship is on a guide wire, which we were able to see when they drained the rivers of America for refurbishment. So who knows if the ship even has the ability to steer itself in its current condition. Jackie says, how was it? Was it worth the splurge? Oh, talking to someone else, I think. Richard, 72 days to go. Hope you have a wonderful trip. Michelle says, fireworks are still going off. And it's a little daytime fireworks enhancement to one of the castle shows. Marion, hello to you. Linda says, didn't have time to ride this the last time. Glad to be able to share it with you today. Kim, hello to you. Anna says, wonder how many people does the ship hold? That's a good question. I would guess at least a couple hundred. It's just a wild guess. If anybody happens to know the capacity of the Liberty Bell, let us know in the chat. It would be interesting to hear. Tara says, thank you for a last trip down the river. You're welcome. Appreciate your being here for it. Looks like there may still be a few folks loading onto the gangway and into the ship here. Agnes said, rode the Liberty Bell for the last time in December. Glad you had a chance to have your farewell voyage. Nikki says, don't remember going on the Liberty Bell. Yeah, it's one of those things that's probably not at the top of too many people's lists of must-do items if you're at the Magic Kingdom. But it's a fun attraction. It's a great way to see the park. It's very relaxing. It sort of takes you back to a different time and place. It's got a pretty good narration, and the ship itself is just beautiful. Sue, hello to you. Patricia, hello to you from Alberta. Thank you for being here. Tracy said, great views. Thank you. You're very welcome. Janice said, did the Haunted Mansion? Tricia says, feels cars would have been better off at Hollywood Studios. Denise says it does not look overly crowded today. Denise, you are very perceptive. I was, I guess the right word is shocked on how not crowded it was. The toll booth, I basically pulled up to an empty toll booth and did not have to wait at all. For the security, I walked right in. There was no backup there. Although I didn't take the tram over, I just walked, so I may have timed it nicely so that there wasn't a tram unloading. Waiting for the monorail, one was pulling out as I walked up to the Ticket and Transportation Center, and I got on the next one, no problem. Coming into the Magic Kingdom, the tap styles, I had to wait for one person ahead of me. So I am surprised at the level of folks here in the park today. The fact that Tiana Bayou Adventure had a 10-minute wait was shocking to me. When I looked at Tron, it was like 30 minutes, which is, for that attraction, given how popular and recent it is like nothing. So, very interesting. Very interesting. I wonder how the Walt Disney Company is doing. The fact that they have so many promotions going on makes me think that they want to bring more people in, which is what they do. Marion, hello to you. Dickie says, next to my favorite quick service harbor house. Ah, yes. That's a good one. I love the upstairs part, especially if you can get a seat that's over the walkway. You can look at all the folks coming and going in Liberty Square. Vicky says, the Liberty Bell holds 450 people. That's amazing. Vicky, thank you for that. Alan said, would be the ship turned into a gambling place. You know, I would not rule that out. I don't think this ship is probably seaworthy to go out into international waters. It would be difficult to move it off of property. Maybe not impossible, but difficult. But Disney has toyed with the idea of gambling, at least under the Bob Chapek era, so I would not rule it out. Kathy says, was the park open late last night? I believe the Magic Kingdom was open till 11 on July 4th, but folks can let me know if they have heard otherwise. I do know that the fireworks at the Magic Kingdom took off started at 9:20. Jackie, hello to you, says hopefully the crowd levels will keep through the fall trip of next year. I hope so as well. Thanks for everyone who's checked on the capacity for the Liberty Bell, 450 souls. Danielle says, loves coming along on Saturdays for an adventure. Thank you so much for being here. So this is a little bit of the downside of getting on the ship just after it emptied out. It seems like they wait a few minutes so they can get as many folks onto the ship before taking off again. Jennifer arrives on Monday, the day after it closes. I'm sorry that you'll miss it. My guess is at that point you might see rolling planters up as they're working to get construction walls in place. There's an all aboard call. This dock is really beautiful. Fits into the Liberty Square feel. So a nice complement to the Liberty Square area. And I got our last folks making their way in. Dickie says, thinks Epic Universe is having a bigger effect on the crowds now. That is a very real possibility, for sure. It is the new thing here in Orlando, and I would say people want to see it. I want to see it. I might do that later in the year, maybe when it's not quite as warm, and maybe when the crowds have died down just a bit. Melissa's asking about a shirt plug. Melissa, thanks for that question. I appreciate it. You can always head over to worldofwaltstore.com and check out the links to all the places where you can support World of Walt, including the t-shirt shop, Magical Countdown Calendar, which we only have a handful of those left, as well as the premiere offering of the Pin and Muff Club. Okay, it looks like they have maybe stopped the turnstiles, and I see one of the cast members pulling up the gangway, closing the gates. So we are ready to head out on our adventure on the rivers of America. Marta, hello to you. Jane says, a great ride. Marta said, it was funny that I said 450 souls, like we're all getting ready to depart. Yeah, we were in the shadow of the Haunted Mansion, so I thought it made sense to say that. Dawn, hello to you. Mary Martin says, the Hall of Presidents is open. That is true. I think it opened not Tracy says crowds might be down because a lot of folks were here late last night. That is a very real possibility. Sandy says, so many changes to the park since I was there for the first time in 1991. So true. Robert, thank you for being a faithful member of the Pin of the Month Club, and glad to hear that your pins are on the way. Going to arrive on Monday. Hope that you enjoy them. And we're doing a bit of a backup maneuver here, slightly, before we get going. And we are on the way. Peggy asked if I'm at the bow or the stern. I am at the bow if I have my nautical terminology. I'm in the front of the ship. Can actually see some folks down here on the lower level, and I am on the front end of the forward movement. Elmer says loves the whistle. It is a great thing to hear at the Magic Kingdom. Judy says looked at the wait time apps. All the parks seems like they have low attendance. So yeah, interesting. I mean, the rain may have kept some people away. The late night on the 4th of July may have kept some people away. Maybe other options have reduced crowd levels as well. But if you look at this walkway in Frontierland, it's kind of amazing that it's not empty, but it is not full for sure. Looks like a little street parade performance is coming by. Country Bear Musical Jamboree, a lot of fun. I actually like the update they made. I do miss Blood on the Saddle and Don't Whoop Little Buford, but I get it. I get it. Kristen asks, how is Big Thunder Mountain construction coming along? I've heard that they have been setting up to test the trains, which is a great sign. It sounds like the track may be restored or much restored. Always fun to see the characters in the parade going by.
The parade going on.
I see Bruno, but we don't talk about it. All right, and straight ahead you can see the mega construction crane that is in place for work on the Big Thunder Mountain refurbishment. A handful of folks who are making their way over to Tom Sawyer Island to explore caves and such.
Frontierland, I believe.
Linda says, waiting for that too. Sorry, I missed the conversation. So it looks like my gimbal is having a bit of a case of the shakes because of the umbrella. I'll try moving it a little bit, see if that helps. I don't know if that is coming through on the broadcast. Someone asked if anyone has rope dropped Tron and got on quickly without a wait. Good question. I've got to imagine that if you have an early entry You get to the tap style early, so you're at the front of the herd, and then you do a beeline with brisk walking, no running, to Tron. You might be able to get out there without too long of a wait. Or you can wait till July 5th and wait 30 minutes. Okay, so the little umbrella making the phone do a bit of the shakes. So I'm going to give it a break for a moment. So fortunately the sun is not too terribly intense right now. Okay, you can see that Big Thunder Mountain is still very much under construction. You can see the new tracks which have been laid down, which look shiny and new. Still see construction cones and construction storage equipment storage. Terry says, you remember the Mike Fink keel boats? That was a while back, huh? Francesca says, this is awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Susan's looking for wildlife. It's always interesting to see during the Disney remodeling project just the mix of themed elements and orange construction cones. Disney normally does a very good job of keeping such things hidden from public view, but in this case, not so easy to do. You can definitely see that black steel coaster track, which looks brand spanking new. Great to see the buttes, that's the right word. Sherry says, smooth video. Glad to hear that. Glad that it's working well. Sometimes you just don't know. Steven says, thank you. We'll never forget it. Thank you, Steven. Appreciate your being here. Thank you for spending some of your Saturday with me on the live broadcast. Robert says, even with a crane, it's beautiful. I agree. It does look good. So you can see just beyond the rock work of Big Thunder Mountain is a bridge. That's the bridge that the Walt Disney World Railroad covers on. But if you look at the center support of that bridge, you can see a round component under it, and I am fairly certain that that is a bridge that can rotate, and that allows this ship, the Liberty Bell, to exit out of the rivers of America and make its way to the Seven Seas Lagoon and Bay Lake. Disney has moved the ship out that direction for refurbishments in the past. The last time the ship underwent a refurbishment, I'm fairly certain that that's the route that the ship took, so it could be moved to a different location. So there you go. There's your trivia for the day. Phil says, is the narration not working? Phil, that's very perceptive. Usually there is a talk track and narration on this journey, but there is not one today. Maybe because the attraction's getting ready to close down. Oh. I think I do hear a bit of narration. Maybe it's just not up here. Let's see, Alligator Swamp. Robert says scaffolding reminds him of his construction days. These are the deer that Susan said to look out for. You can see them here between the Alligator Swamp and the Native American encampment. Through the trees, you might see the Walt Disney World Railroad tracks in the background. So it's good to know that the Walt Disney World Railroad is going to stay up, kind of operational during the Cars Lane construction. But it's going to go from a Grand Circle tour to a shuttle mode, where it's going to go back and forth between Main Street USA and the circus, sort of storybook circus Frontierland section of the park. Someone else, I think it was Kathy, asked, where's the narration? And I can barely hear it in the background. I think it's on the lower decks and not up here for some reason. Stacy asked, why is the Liberty Bell closing? It is closing because Disney is planning to repurpose this part of the park into a Cars-themed attraction with a Cars race experience. Probably reminiscent of the one that's in California, but they say still quite different. I think there's going to be a kid-focused ride as well. I also can imagine that Disney is doing some work to prepare for the Villains Land and how crowd flow is going to work then. So the Liberty Bell is going away. Tom Sawyer Island is going away. So we'll be sad to see it go, but I'm always excited about the new things that come. And really, if you're Disney and you look at the amount of land that's here, and probably the number of people who get entertainment out of it, based on the square footage, the operation costs, it's probably a very prime piece of real estate to offer something new that's going to be much more popular. Alright, and we are on the section of the Rivers of America that look like wilderness. Eileen, hello to you. Thanks for being here. Donna says a very quiet ride except for the whistle. You are absolutely right. Especially with the narration not playing up here, it is quiet. When that whistle goes off, though, you hear it for sure. Oh, looks like a little bit of something going on. Yeah, a little, I don't know, is that a barbecue feature? Maybe a tanning or frying section? See some skulls listed, or not listed, beneath that area. Don't know much of my wilderness gadget history. Carla says Disney could easily create an entire villains theme park. I think that's very true. So interesting that the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District, so formerly the Reedy Creek Improvement District, now operated by the state of Florida, has released, I think it's their 20-year plan, which does account for the possibility of a fifth theme park. However, the possibility, from a limited regulatory perspective, does not mean that's going to happen. All of the people that I've spoken with who monitor the Walt Disney World company closely have said they don't foresee a fifth gate for a long time. There is a huge infrastructure cost necessary to add an additional park. There are plenty of room to expand in the parks that are here. And Disney has to consider the fact that at what point will people not have enough time and money to be able to come and experience new additions? So, just to take it to a crazy example, what if Disney built 20 theme parks in Orlando? Now, most people don't take a 20-day vacation, so it wouldn't make any sense. So, that's a very far cry from the difference between 4 and 5, but I can understand the logic and the thinking. Rudy asked if they're removing all of these trees for Cars Land. My guess would be the majority of them are going to go because this Rivers of America area and the trees that we can see from here is going to be no longer. So you can see the fort. I think it's Fort Langhorne, if I remember right, on Tom Sawyer Island. Fun place for kids to go and burn off some extra energy, explore a little bit. Suspension bridge, which is always a lot of fun, as well as, I believe, the old barrel bridge, which I've always been shocked that lawyers haven't taken that away, but maybe they have taken it away. It's been a while. I think around the bend we're going to see it though. And you can see even here on a Saturday morning, with butterfly going by, that the number of people sort of wandering around Tom Sawyer Island is not humongous. Alright, my phone is dimming, which it is wont to do in warm weather. So I'm going to try putting the umbrella on again to see if it might help with a bit of the sun rays that the phone is picking up, as well as blocking some of the heat. Yeah, there's the barrel bridge straight ahead, just to the left of the little hut there. You can also see the dock for the Liberty Bell. So our Grand Circle tour coming to a close. And off to the left, the forward movement of the ship, is the Haunted Mansion. And it does not look like there is a very extensive line to visit the 999 pools in the mansion. So far we've had a twofer where we've had an opportunity to go on Tiana's Bayou adventure unexpectedly, given the low wait time, as well as a final farewell to Liberty Bell. It was good to know you, Liberty Bell. I hope that you find a good home. You have served this park well for a long, long time. So because I have a lightning lane, I'm going to go and head to the Haunted Mansion and hope that it's operating smoothly and we get a chance to sneak it in before the end of the broadcast. I typically cut things off after 1 hour just because I try to keep a tight ship, as well as make sure that my battery will cooperate. But we're going to go for it. We still have time. And I think we may get a 3-for in at the Magic Kingdom, which is kind of an incredible happening. See some people on the lower level were enjoying their tour of the rivers of America. And they are getting ready to disembark. I know it always takes a while for all the people to file off of the ship, but I'm take just a moment to enjoy the view here of the Diamond Horseshoe, the Liberty Tree Tavern. You can see the DVC kiosk, as well as the pin trading store and the Country Bear Musical Jamboree. Allison asked, when is the last run? I think it's maybe the 7th. It might be this coming week. I believe that it's open for the remainder of the weekend. But yeah, this ship is soon to head into Yesterland. All right, Liberty Bell, it was good to see you one last time. I wish you all the best in wherever you head out on the seas. So we've got a few folks here waiting to board the ship. John says, a great view. Chuck says, the internet flashed out for a few moments. Hope all was okay. Alright, we can see that people are heading off of the ship. Peggy says, tomorrow at park closing is the last day. Alright, so yeah, today's the 5th. Tomorrow is the 6th. I guess that's the last day of operation. And then the 7th, it will be no more. Robert says, thank you, Robert. You're welcome. Since I have the lightning lane for the Haunted Mansion, we're going to see if we can sneak that in for an unusual 3-for at the Magic Kingdom. He says Liberty Bell closes on July 7th. And we're off. All right, Mansion, we are headed to you. So it's been a fun day here at the Magic Kingdom. All about Frontierland in Liberty Square. Very thrilled to have an opportunity to take everyone on Tiana's Bayou adventure with the hard to fathom 10-minute wait. Last chance to say our farewells to the Liberty Bell, which people have helped me understand is done after tomorrow. So we have been one of the final folks have a chance to experience this attraction. All right, the Haunted Mansion itself, 13-minute standby wait, which is pretty much code for not much of a wait at all. I don't know if I would exactly call it a walk-on, but I think pretty close.
Why is Connor over there?
And we're in. People are walking out of the Haunted Mansion.
Okay, so where are you going?
They're not running and screaming, so that's good.
Everybody give me a thumbs up, just like this. With your right hand.
I have to wait here in the courtyard. We have a few minutes before we get our chance to go in. Bill, hello to you. John says, small crowds, it's a walk-on for sure. Susan has practiced and heard ghostly sounds. Gary, 243 days to go. Gary, I hope you have an amazing upcoming trip. If you're counting down the number of days until your next Disney trip, you might want to check out magicalcountdown.com. Order your own, very own, paper-based countdown calendar. Count down the number of days up to 365 with great tips provided by lots of World of Walt followers, as well as fun games for the kiddos. Janet says it's sad that the Liberty Bell and Tom Sawyer is going away.
We are not in a line at this moment. Please fill in any available space. We are not in a line. All right, this way, my friend.
John, hello to you. Mark says, bring on the ghosts. Tanya says, hope you had a wonderful 4th. I did, thank you. It was a very nice day. A great dinner. Had a chance to see some fireworks, at least online, and enjoy some time with family, so it was good. Nicole says, Mrs. the Haunted Mansion. Always fun to see the tombstones. Here lies good old Fred. A great big rock fell on his head. Arlene says, we're getting spoiled for great Saturdays. Thank you for that. We have gotten to do a lot recently. Just fun. it's time for a shameless plug for the Pin of the Month Club. Anna, thank you for the amazingly smart question. You win the award of my undying appreciation for prompting it. If you or anyone you know would like to get a little bit of Disney fun delivered to your home every single month, check out pinofthemonthclub.com. Christine says, are we going in? We are going in. As long as my battery cooperates, we're going to go all the way through the Haunted Mansion, assuming we make it a long way. Marie says, 1,640 days to retirement. Not that she's counting. Marie, congratulations. I hope that comes quickly for you and that you enjoy the next stage of your journey. Trailed 74 days of food and wine. Hard to believe that it's almost food and wine season. Seems like it was just flower and garden season. John asked, how about stopping for a Dole Whip after the Haunted Mansion? Sounds like a pretty good idea. Hard to share the Dole Whip online, though. Lippy is looking forward to seeing the Hatbox Ghost. Ron asked if there are any new shirts coming out. I don't have any in hopper right now, so my attention has been focused on some of the projects I needed to complete for the Pin of the Month Club. Making sure that we've got our pins set up and our processes set up and our people set up, as if there's a corporation behind it. It's me and one or two other folks. But hey, it takes time to make all that happen. And I've also been spending some time on the custom World of Walt exclusive pins that are going to be coming out, officially licensed by Disney, tradable in the parks. Terrific quality. And actually, just this past week, I received the first fruits of the first two pin designs, which people on the Pin of the Month Club subscription at the time voted on. It's a Mickey pin and a Minnie pin. I won't say much more because some people don't want to see the voting options and want to be surprised. But it's not too much of a surprise if you see a Mickey and a Minnie pin at some point. But anyway.
Time has come.
My time has come.
Strange, frightening sounds echo through the hall. Whenever candlelights flicker, where the air is deadly still, that's the time when ghosts are present, practicing their terror with foolish delight.
Enter the chamber, mortals. Look alive. I have gargoyles for me. Make haste.
Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Haunted Mansion. I am your host, your ghost host. Our tour begins here in this gallery. Here where you see paintings of some of our guests as they appeared in their corruptible, mortal state. Kindly step all of the way in, please, and make room for everyone. There's no turning back now.
At this time, make your way to the dead center of the room. Step away from the wall.
Your cadaverous pallor betrays an aura of foreboding, almost as though you sense a disquieting metamorphosis. Is this haunted room actually stretching? Or is it your imagination? And consider this dismaying observation. This chamber has no windows and no doors. Which offers you this chilling challenge to find a way out. Of course, there's always my way. didn't mean to frighten you prematurely. The real chills come later. Now, as they say, look alive, and we'll continue our little tour. And let's all stay together, please.
All the way forward, moving all the dead space in front of the meal from left to right, right to left. After 3 bodies curve out, you make those final arrangements now.
Greg is sharing some scary emojis. It's going to be okay, everyone. I'm confident we're going to make it out. 97% chance. Susan's a big fan of the Haunted Mansion. John says, look alive. Big waves are moving along at full speed, it looks to me.
Do not pull down on the safety bar, please. I will lower it for you. And heed this warning. The spirits will materialize only if you remain quietly seated at all times. Oh yes, and no flash pictures, please. We spirits are frightfully sensitive to bright lights. Our library is well stocked with priceless first editions, only ghost stories, of course, and marble busts of the greatest ghost writers the literary world has ever known. They have all retired here to the Haunted Mansion. Actually, we have 999 happy haunts here. But there's room for 1,000. Any volunteers? If you should decide to join us, final arrangements may be made at the end of the tour. Unlivable here in this ghost city. Every room has wall-to-wall creaks and hot and cold running chills. Listen.
regions beyond. Wizards and witches, wherever you dwell, give us a hint by ringing a bell. Serpents and spiders, tail of a rat, call in the spirits wherever they're at. Rap on a table, it's time to respond. Send
The
us a
happy
message.
haunts have received your sympathetic vibrations and are beginning to materialize. They're assembling for it. Swing wake. They'll be expecting me. I'll see you all on the way.
Start to sleep.
There you are. And just in time. There's a little matter I forgot to mention. Beware of hitchhiking ghosts. They have selected you to fill our quota, and they'll haunt you until you return.
Be sure to bring your death certificate.
Now I will raise the safety bar, and a ghost will follow you home.
Alright, there you have it. Not one, not two, but three attractions on a Saturday morning at the Magic Kingdom, starting off with the Tiana's Bayou Adventure, a final farewell to the Liberty Bell and the Rivers of America, and the Haunted Mansion. Took us over time a little bit. My camera survived. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate your time. Thank you especially for those likes, comments, and the shares. I always enjoy chatting with all of you, hearing about what's going on in your neck of the woods. So thank you for your encouragement and support. I hope that you all have a wonderful weekend. And until next time, God bless.